Bob Nation!
Let's go.
Welcome in to the Toyota Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR.
Don't get it twisted.
Do not get it twisted. It's DNVR Buffs Prime Time, represented by Illegal Pete's, everyone's go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beers. How you doing, man?
Dude. I'd say good. If I was lying.
Okay.
It's just one of those. I'm really struggling to get over the Nuggets. I'm really struggling.
That's fair.
I turned the stairs in my home to enter like my kitchen area, and there's all the hats that my wife's complained about me not putting away for a while now, and they're all Nuggets hats, and it just comes right back to me. So, I'm working through that. That's where I'm at right now.
I get it. The wounds are still fresh.
They are.
But it's what we do as sports fans, Dre. We roll with the punches and we get our hopes up again, only to be crushed once more.
Yep. And then that one time our hopes aren't crushed, it's like something we remember for eternity. Just incredible.
Yep.
Can't wait for that to happen again to me.
It will.
Yep.
It will.
Yep.
We'll be back. What is up, chat? If you are watching on X, there is a YouTube link that is about to be posted right below.
Wow.
Come join the chat.
That's right. Yep.
I
Join
always
the Toyota
am.
chat. Join all our friends in here. Thank you, Carrie. Rhino, last day of vacation. I wonder if it's hitting different. That last day of vacation, it's almost not enjoyable.
Yeah, because it's like a Sunday, like Sunday after 5 p.m.
You're just on borrowed time.
Yeah.
No fun.
Yep.
Well, this show for me has been a beautiful reprieve from my otherwise sad existence as a Nuggets fan. So it's been very nice. I wish he'd go to Mexico
Dre.
more often.
I'm sure this is not the last time he leaves this offseason.
No, I know. He's got a taste for the beach now.
He does.
Yes, we should have never let him out of Colorado, frankly.
No, we'll have some 3-man shows coming up. All right, today, what are we talking about? We are talking about the CU football team GPA, which Coach Prime asked us to report. He asked everyone to report it, but we're going to do that. Players have arrived in Boulder. We've got a big official visit that happens when Julian Lewis is in town.
Not bad.
We will do our top 5 most dangerous ball carriers on this football team.
Yes.
As it stands right now.
Yes. Lots of competition.
But we start today with the main guy, Julian Lewis. Yesterday, he posts this tweet made by CU social media or content creation announcing his official visit. Just a compilation. Lil Wayne's in there, The Rock's in there.
Big moments.
Yeah, all the big ones.
He
so
even
far.
had the Saturday Night Live
Yes, he did.
appearance. Yeah, he had all the hits from last year.
He was
It
playing all the
kind of
hits.
was a fun reminder of all that happened in Buff Nation last year. Not
Yeah.
yesterday, last year.
last year.
Yeah. Last season.
A
really.
lot has happened, yeah. It's crazy.
Lots.
And a lot more is about to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was hype, man. This is I'm just worried if I'm Lincoln Riley's staff over there.
You
You know?
better be.
Yeah.
So I put this tweet out yesterday. If you go to Juju's Twitter page, he posted that Colorado visit yesterday. Last week, he posted similar tweets and videos for USC and Auburn, who he's also going on an official visit to.
Auburn would be the biggest mistake he's ever made.
I agree.
Yeah.
That Auburn tweet is at 155,000 views.
Okay.
The USC tweet is at 118,000 views.
Jeez, got to get those numbers up. War Eagle.
Colorado's in 22 hours, 386,000 views.
Look at that.
More than Auburn and USC combined. It took that tweet 2 hours to do more than the Auburn one. Or to do more than both combined, actually, I think.
Coach Prime's reach knows no bounds, man.
It's crazy.
Knows no bounds. Yeah. he would be just so incredible. The ascension of Juju Lewis at Colorado would be something else.
You can feel that, right? You can feel what's coming right now. You can feel it building.
See it. I can see it. It'd be different from even Travis and Shador coming. It would be different. Yeah.
It'd be different than Jordan Seaton.
Yes.
Even Cormani, who played Coach Prime's position.
Yep.
It was a big one when it happened. This would be absolutely game changing. It put a lot of people on notice.
Starting with Lincoln Riley, the guy. Yeah. I mean, the coach in all of football for a few years. The guy who basically could take a quarterback and was a kingmaker.
Yep.
That would be something else. Not to mention, Georgia would be put on notice, like in their backyard.
Georgia already dropped out of his recruitment.
No, I know, but that's...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That says something right there.
So, Julian Lewis committed to USC on August 22nd, 2023. Mm-hmm. He went on a visit there, got back, loved it. The whole Lincoln Riley stuff, committed. And then CU starts heating up, right? And so, Alyssa, can you pull up that first tweet I sent you? This is when Julian Lewis was offered by Colorado.
Okay.
The date on this post. This is actually before that. So January 17th, 2023. Coach Prime's on the job for like a month and a half. Who is that? Who's that a picture of? Can you zoom in?
Oh, that's Scotty McKnight.
That's Scotty McKnight. Pretty interesting, huh?
Pretty interesting. Wow.
So, shortly after Juju committed, he talks to Sports Illustrated, and they do an amazing feature on him. You guys should look it up. Just talking about...
He's on the cover of that issue.
He's on the cover. It's called The Money Issue.
The Money Issue, yes.
And he's on the cover as like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And so this article kind of highlights exactly what Juju's been going through. He's basically been labeled a phenom since before his family moved to Georgia, because his dad moved him to Georgia to compete at the highest level of high school football, because he knew, well, he wants to get recruited. We're going to have to compete at the top level. So they do that, and he gets really enamored by this Tua Tagovailoa documentary that comes out when he's like 15 years old. Following just Tua's, I think, his high school career and stuff.
Yeah.
Might have been college. I don't know exactly. Guess who produced that documentary?
Scotty
McKnight. And so in that article, you can go through and you'll see that they contacted Scotty to do a similar documentary for Juju.
Right.
Chronicling his whole entire high school career.
And this has been happening for at least a year now.
At least 2 or 3 years, probably.
Wow.
So remember, Juju is a year younger than most kids in this class. He already reclassified from 26 to 25.
Yes.
So he's probably going to enter Colorado 17, maybe turning 18. He's going to be really young.
Wow.
Yeah. Pull up the next tweet, Alyssa, if you could.
That's one hell of a connection right there.
So Julian Lewis was going to come to the spring game, right? For, I think, his third visit to Colorado, but he couldn't go because he was at the Elite 11 quarterback camps.
Yes.
So that's a picture from the Elite 11 quarterback camps right there. You can't really see it, Dre, but there's Julian on the left, and then there's another quarterback on the right. Do you have any idea who that is standing in the middle between them?
Is that Shador's quarterback coach?
That is Shador's quarterback coach, Daryl Colbert.
No way.
Of Select QB Athletics.
Wow. Is he working with Juju?
It looks like it.
Right. Wow. Oh, man.
And then yesterday.
Oh, this is great. I didn't look at the tweets. I
told you.
This really built up.
And then yesterday, of Juju's visit tweet, Scotty McKnight retweets it with the eyeball emoji and then the happy, like, tears swelling in the eyes emoji with a gif of Scotty getting ready to run the team out the tunnel.
Oh my.
Oh my.
And honestly, like I wouldn't read too much into the Scotty thing if we hadn't seen guys like Jeremy Bloom and Joel Klatt and other alumni in that same pedigree as Scotty McKnight step up, use their media pedigree, and use those connections as buffs.
Yep. And so this article, that Sports Illustrated article, came out on the 13th of September last year. Day after, Scotty McKnight quote tweets it, "Get your popcorn ready, at Juju Lewis 10."
Wow.
How about that?
That's something else. And then the hype video yesterday.
And then the hype video yesterday.
I mean, he's not committed to USC. This is an open recruitment. Come on, let's
Is it even an open recruitment?
Right. Is how open is it? Is this just how Coach Prime's buffs operate? To whoever asked in the chat if Scotty made it to the league in the Toyota chat, he did 7th rounder by the Jets. And played for a couple seasons.
Yep. Scotty is a Colorado football legend.
He sure is.
Extremely clutch. Wore the 21, obviously. Was a third down machine. We had him on the show, actually, during Hate Week last week. This was actually right before the Julian Lewis article came out.
Wow. Little did you know.
Little did we know. But yeah, Scotty's a real one, man.
Wow. I didn't realize Juju moved to Georgia to play prep football. Where's he from originally?
I wish I could tell you. I'll look it up
when we go on our next break.
But yeah, man. Pretty awesome stuff, huh? We'll see how this goes. I mean, look,
really I think it'll take a while, you know?
Of course, yeah. We got to get through the official visits when he goes back to USC, when he goes to Auburn. I think Indiana might be in there too. But Colorado's last. And we talked about Colorado being last when he announced he was going on all these visits.
It's always the best. June 21st.
And it sounds like he wants to wrap up his recruitment before his senior season.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So we'll see.
That'd be real nice. Him then leading the way for that class.
Mm-hmm.
As the buffs just rise all season, just like massive first year in the Big 12.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
You can just see it, right?
Will all this hurt be worth it? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yes.
It's just another example of Coach Prime. You know, there's a plan in place. And he said it so many times, and people don't want to listen. They've been going hard after Shador's successor, after a 2025 quarterback, really. A.J. Hill was the first one, Antoine Hill.
Yep.
They went after Bryce Underwood.
Yes.
He ended up picking LSU. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens there, too. LSU's having 5 stars decommit pretty often now, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
They shifted their focus to Juju Lewis shortly after Bryce basically committed to LSU.
Well, that also kind of happened when Juju reclassified, right?
I think so, yes. Yeah, he became even more of a focus then.
Right.
Right.
Appears as though hometown Davie, Florida. I'm about to...
God bless you.
Couldn't give a less appropriate warning on that one. All I could get out is I'm about to. My bad. Wow.
Brick by brick.
Yeah. Indeed.
I mean, you get a guy like this, you can build a whole 25 class around him.
Oh, it'd be incredible.
You could put to rest the rumors of can he recruit high school, all this stuff.
No, it'd be just amazing. Just amazing. Yeah.
You know who else helps you build things brick by brick?
Lavello Construction.
Well done, Dre.
Yes.
Lavello Construction.
Yes.
The Goats. We met them over at the tailgate for the spring game. They were awesome. Lavello is a woman-owned business and have experience working as insurance adjusters. So who better to understand the process? They help you with all things roofs, gutters, siding, and paint for your home here on the Front Range. It is hail season.
Got a little yesterday.
Yeah.
Some rando hail.
Do you remember that one last year? Like the big one last year?
Yeah, vaguely. They all blend together.
I just remember I drove up north for, well, fair enough. Yeah. I drove up north for like lunch, and I'm driving back, and that's when it happens.
Oh,
and I remember passing golf courses, and it looked like it snowed.
Yeah.
It was like the middle of May.
Spring in Colorado, bit rough.
It can be a little rough.
Yeah. But Lavella Construction, they have you covered. Gutters, man. That's
there you go.
I kind of need to. My gutters are in bad shape.
Well,
they're
guess what,
in the
Dre?
gutter.
The gutters are in the gutter?
Yeah, they're in the gutter. That's how bad they are.
Well, guess what, Dre? With Lavella Construction by your side, you can rest easy knowing that seasoned professionals are championing your cause.
Let's go.
Let them help you rebuild and restore your home with confidence. Don't wait. Reach out to Lavella Construction today. You can scan that QR code on the screen right there or call 303-578-8551. 303-578-8551. And tackle those claims together. Sco Buffs.
Sco Buffs, indeed. Yeah. And Bet365.
And Bet365, the homies.
The homies, indeed. What a great app sponsorship. Stay tuned because we've got a lot of custom bets coming for you all summer. Lots of great stuff at Bet365. Super easy to use app. All sorts of great offers, boosted SGPs, protections, boosted futures. I'm sure we'll have some good NBA props, NBA draft props before you know it. Bet on KJ Simpson, Tristan Da Silva, Cody Williams.
Yeah.
Where will they go? Rockies, we can make some Rockies bets. We've got producer Yaya here laughing behind the screen. He'll help us with some soccer bets, and then before you know it, we're hammering the over on Buffs win total at Bet365.
Oh, definitely.
That was very profitable last year. That hit within late September. We were done.
Yeah, it took us, 6 weeks?
Shut all the haters up. What is it this year? 5.5?
5.5.
Comically low again.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So you want to hammer it home at Bet365. Here's the play. You sign up using our code DNVR365. Then you place a $10 minimum deposit. $5 minimum bet as soon as that's settled. So this isn't the time we put that Buffs bet. We wait. We do one that'll be settled right now. Screw the Timberwolves. Let's bet on the Mavs, whatever. Listen to Jake for some good Formula One picks. And then, as soon as that's settled, that $5 bet, you don't have to win it. Just win, lose, or tie. Boom. $150 in bonus bets. That's when you hammer it away on the Buffs over.
Yep.
On Shador to win the Heisman if you're in the state where you can do that. Bonus bets, all for you to play with. Just magical. Bet365. Check them out. Must be 21 or older. Do you have the rest for me?
I got you, man. Don't worry. Thank you for that. Sign up with the code DNVR. Deposit $10. All you need to do is place a bet of $5 or more, and you can get $150 in bonus bets. You must be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Indeed. So much love in the Toyota chat. These guys are great. Just the best. I'm going to miss you guys a lot.
Oh, you're not going too far.
It's true. It's really true.
And if you're watching on Twitter right now, there's a tweet below to join the YouTube chat. Come hang out with us. We will answer questions at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah. Join in on the fun.
All right, it's time. Bet365 top 5.
Bang.
Here we go.
Where do we start?
You tell me. You said you're hosting this segment.
I am. So let's start with the category. How did you end up settling on this?
How did we end up settling on this?
It's really, in some way or another, it's the top 5 most
lethal with the ball in their hands, basically.
Love it. There you go. Most lethal with the ball in their
or most
hands.
Dangerous ball carriers, as we put it on there.
That's actually a good one to put on paper. So that's what we're talking about. Playmakers. Who do you want the ball in their hands? Who's there to make plays for you? Start from 5 or 1.
I feel like these are always better when you start at 5 and go to 1.
I think so too. The build up.
Yeah.
But your 5th is going to be really hard.
Yeah. So let's talk it out a bit.
Please.
In my mind, there's a clear top 2.
Yes, I would agree.
There may be even a clear top 3.
Yep. Could be convinced.
So that brings me to guys like Jimmy Horn Jr. We saw what Asad Wasim did in the spring game. Will Shepherd, you could throw in there. Terrell Timmons. And then, you think of guys like Dallin Hayden.
Yeah.
Micah Welsh and Charlie, I think, could find their way onto this list.
Yes.
I just can't do it right now.
Yes.
I'd even consider Shador. I think he's underrated when it comes to ball in his hands, like actually running the football.
I mean, in fairness, he is quite dangerous.
He is.
I mean, dangerous, you could make a case. But ball carrier changes things a little bit. I actually would stay away from that. And then how do you treat those true freshmen?
Right. That's the thing.
How do you treat the true freshmen? Will they even be in positions where they have ball in their hands? I think early money, if you could get that kind of bet, is that Cam Michael and Draylon Miller will play on the defensive side most likely.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Louise asked if we're doing Travis, if we're excluding Travis and Shador. I don't think I can do that.
No, I don't think you can.
And then also, I think of guys like Shiloh. We saw Shiloh take a 90-some yard pick 6 back. He used to return punts in high school and stuff.
Yes. Then there is the defensive caveat in this as well. All that said, though, this is your list.
This is my list.
Who do you have at 5?
I am going to go with... Let's go with Will Shepherd at 5.
Will Shepherd, like that a lot.
Very proven, obviously. A lot of experience.
Good build.
Great build. He's more of like a strider, though. I wouldn't necessarily call him explosive.
Yep.
He's more like a wind-up, got to build up the speed type of guy down the field.
Yeah, the diesel engine, yes.
But he returned punts at Vanderbilt as well. So give me Will Shepherd and just his veteran experience.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I get why he's at 5. I could have totally seen an argument for him even a spot higher here, just because he's super reliable. He's got that size, and I think he'll have the ball in his hands quite a bit, which makes him dangerous. So I like that. I definitely think a guy you want in this top 5 right here.
Yeah. After that,
yeah,
I think I go Jimmy Horn.
Yeah, Jimmy's an interesting one. I would make an argument that Jimmy's maybe even in that top 2 or 3 you were talking about.
He's definitely not 1, and I don't think he's 2 either. So he's 3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
And the other guy I'm deciding between with him is Omari Miller. Just because we saw that he was unguardable in that USC game, and he did so much of that damage after the catch.
Yes, and he is just a handful.
Yeah.
In the open field. And as many flashes as Jimmy had, Jimmy didn't have a game like that.
Right, exactly. But Jimmy, to your point, though, Jimmy is probably going to be the kick returner this year.
Yeah.
If not both kick and punt. We know he's one of, if not the fastest guy on the team right now.
Right. If this was speed rankings or if it was phrased as more most dynamic or most electric, I think maybe Jimmy gets the bump a little more because he really fits those traits as much as anyone.
Right. So, okay, we'll go Omari Miller at 4.
But dangerous, I could see the argument for Omarion over Jimmy.
I mean, the dude is like 18, 19-year-old that's at like 6'3", 200 pounds.
Yeah, no. I mean, and he plays big.
He plays big. He can make ridiculous catches. And as you saw in that USC game, he could just catch a curl, turn up field, and it's 60-plus yards.
Yeah, exactly.
So Omari Miller 4. Let's go Jimmy Horn 3, just with the returnability and this overall speed.
Yes. Versatility, too. Like, Jimmy's
Right.
just a guy. I think one of the bigger tests for Pat Shurmur this season is going to be finding creative ways to get Jimmy Horn the ball in his hands. I don't think you're maximizing Jimmy if you're just running 11 personnel and like letting him run routes out there all the time. You know, like I think you got to find extensions to the run game. You got to find creative ways to just get him involved more, get the ball in his hand more, find ways to get him in space, and just let that athleticism, that twitchiness, that contact balance, that low center of gravity play up.
Yeah, well said. I think there's a lot more they could do with Jimmy. As you mentioned, design touches, just a lot of stuff. We'll see if that happens this year. Number 2, I've got LaJohntay Wester. This guy is an absolute beast. Go look at the film room I did on him and just watch how many like short area cuts he makes and how many guys he makes miss in short areas. He was an all AAC punt returner last year while being first team wide receiver. The chemistry between him and Shedeur is already apparent. And you saw it in the spring game. The guy, he can just work all 3 levels of the field. Ball's in his hands. He's going to go try and find the end zone every time.
Yeah, just dynamic. It's that twitchiness. It's being able to create space for himself when there isn't necessarily space there. Super exciting. How much did you consider LaJohntay at 1?
Not much at all. Because number 1 is Travis Hunter.
Yeah, he can just make magic happen.
He's all the adjectives. He's phenomenal. He's incredible. He's amazing.
He's dangerous.
He's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, that final game against Utah really settles this conversation in a lot of ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You don't have Shedeur out there, and he's just able to manufacture a 100-yard game just kind of out of nowhere, you know, out of the blue, just because he is that dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Stanford game on offense, and he's got that spin move for the touchdown. He has the Nebraska game, the juke, where he makes the 2 Cornhuskers collide.
Yeah.
He's just a natural born football player. I don't even know how else to describe him other than that. His instincts for the game are unparalleled.
And on a list of guys whose chances I really like of catching a slant and taking it to the house, Travis would be one for me in that category.
Yep.
Do you know that had he played all season last year, his numbers project to be almost identical to Xavier Worthy's from a season ago?
From Texas?
Yeah.
It's not surprising to me. And he would have gotten a lot of work in those games, too. I mean, come on. They were feasting on USC, that secondary. Tell me Travis wouldn't have gone for like 100+?
I know. No, and then you have overtime against CSU. I mean, there's just...
Well, yeah, the entire CSU game, basically. And then, I mean, Oregon, you couldn't really do much in that one, but...
Well...
He would have helped.
Yeah, he would have helped. He would have helped, certainly.
So there you go. Ball in their hands. Those are the most dangerous players on the team, excluding the freshmen and, I guess, Shedeur.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Will Shepherd and LaJohntay got in, and then it's hard to, like, the other new guys just kind of got to fall in line behind them.
Right. I could definitely see Draylon Miller entering this conversation.
Big time. And Cam Michael, to me.
Of course, just with his speed.
Yeah. Like, if we look back in 2 years and we remember, but Cam Michael's on this roster.
Right.
I think you insert him there. It's just a matter of when will we see it.
Honestly, I think Charlie could easily find his way onto this list this year.
Charlie, Micah, I mean, Dallin, like, there's a...
Charlie, whenever he touches the ball in practice, he just seems to find his way all the way through the defense, and it's just chunk yardage after chunk yardage.
I know.
With
he
Micah,
just gets
too.
forward under people's pats. Like, he's got such a knack for that.
And then with Micah, he could just steamroll over a handful of guys and just be a load to tackle, really. Like, you're going to need 3-4 dudes to bring him down.
Yeah, dangerous ball carrier. No doubt.
Alrighty. Shout out to Illegal Pete's.
Let's go.
The best in the game.
Yeah, great stuff.
It is patio season officially.
It is.
Yesterday was a little chilly though.
Yeah, no, yesterday was chilly. Today though, glorious.
Beautiful. 67 degrees out here.
Yeah, it's coming.
So yeah, go hang out at your local Illegal Pete's.
Ugh.
I recommend the steak queso burrito. Potatoes in that thing.
Dang. Really?
I'm actually on the bowls right now. I've switched it up a bit.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's your hot guy summer. You're just like leaning. It's bowl season.
It's bowl season, yes.
Toned up. I
Bowl
love
season
this.
in June, bro. Yeah.
It's amazing.
May, whatever month it is.
Dude, living your best life. Bowl season on the patio.
We're trying. We're trying out here.
I love this. Good for you, man.
Come hang out with us in Denver. If you come down for a game, go visit an Illegal Pete's. Tell them DNVR sent you.
Yeah.
If you're just going to a Rockies game, I think what's the deal? Like you bring in your ticket stub and you get something like a free. They got something.
Yeah,
going
I
on there.
defer to you. That sounds great.
If you go to a game, bring in your ticket stub to Illegal Pete's. You'll get something.
There you go. They're all over Big 12 country.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Illegal Pete's is your spot for burritos, buddies, and beers. And then Chinook Seedery.
Woo!
Are you a sunflower seed guy?
Yeah. Big time. Big time. And they've got a whole nice variety.
Yeah.
But yeah, big like oral fixation guy. Yeah. So
I get it.
Love a good chew and spit. Nothing better than that, no doubt. Yeah. And I know you're a big seed guy.
Love them. Can't get enough of them.
Yeah. What's your poison?
From
do you love?
Chinook, my favorite is the Parmesan pepper one.
Wow.
Like that one a lot.
That's not some like original or ranch. You're really leaning into Parmesan pepper.
It's delicious. What
Hey,
can I say?
no, I
The
hear
Hatch
you.
green chili ones are good too.
Gotta try them out. That sounds delicious.
Which one was your favorite that you tried?
No, the green chili for sure was
Yeah.
what I enjoyed. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
They've got all kinds of unique, one-of-a-kind flavors: lemon pepper, jalapeno ranch, Parmesan pepper, even cinnamon toast, who Brandon's a big fan of.
Wow.
Head on
Changing
over,
the game over there.
head on over to ChinookSeedery.com. Use code BUFFS, BUFFS, for 20% off your order. Best seeds ever.
Bang. Some news.
Some news.
Incredible. We've arrived to this portion of the evening.
Yeah, this is just a roundup of what's been going on.
Very good.
News and notes, I guess you could call it.
Better yet.
So we talked about this kid a few weeks ago. Cornell X. Farrakhan Jr. out of Houston, Texas, rated a 4-star wide receiver, 6 foot 170. He's getting a lot of hype in this 2025 class. He is coming to Boulder for a visit on June 21st when Julian Lewis is in town.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Perfect little makings for the 2025 class to be looking prime time. Yeah.
Do we look at that weekend as the origin of when the 2025 class was really built?
Might just be. Now, school will be out of session. They'll be doing some players only stuff, or are they back to actual practices?
No, there'll still be player-led practices then.
Weather will be amazing.
Yeah, and they have the IPF. So in the weird case that it maybe does hail or snow, whatever,
Right.
they got
Yeah,
that.
the
but,
IPF at least.
you got to imagine that weekend, just with the hype video that Julian posted yesterday, there's going to be probably some big names visiting, not just recruits. I'd imagine Coach Prime kind of pulls out a lot of the stops, brings a lot of his friends into town.
It's one of those weekends where there's like Ferraris on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
bring out the cars on the field.
Right. Yeah. Who's got the Bugatti and Maserati contact? Let's get them in the end zone. Got some photos to take. Okay, I love it.
So stay tuned. I'm sure more names are going to come out in the next month or so.
Right, that becomes a weekend to target.
Yep.
Exciting stuff.
Players are showing up in Boulder. Will Shepard, Cordell Russell, Zechariah, Flapjack Owens, and more. Malachi Murphy also posted that they are either here or on their way here in the last day. Will Shepard is here. He's in Boulder.
It's starting.
It's starting. This is like again, we talked about it yesterday, the weekend of where they report and come back, basically. They had a Memorial Day barbecue last year. That's when we saw a lot of the new guys for the first time. So,
very nice.
And then last thing I've got today, I told you, Coach Prime wanted us to report this.
Lay it on us.
So he posted this on Instagram. He captioned it, "We're raising and building men, not boys. The goal is to win on and off the field, smart, tough, fast, disciplined athletes with character. If they don't possess or conform to who we are and how we are, they've got to go because we're going to win on and off the field. Hashtag Coach Prime at CU Bus Football. Please report this."
There you go.
So the picture is a text message. It's a screenshot. It says, "Coach, got some great news to share. Football student athletes achieved the second highest term GPA in CU football history, only bested by our GPA last spring. And our cumulative GPA is above a 3.0 for the first time in CU history. Overall, across all our sports, we recorded our highest GPA on record. Buffs getting it done on and off the fields."
Incredible.
But no one's going to report that.
Just incredible with all the turnover that's happened on the roster. All these kids having to adjust to new settings, new schools, to be able to maintain that. I mean, we've talked about it pretty consistently, but I think what has really stood out to us most about Coach Prime is that unlike so many in this world, what he says really is true. I mean, the smart with character, definitely a real priority. I mean, just like off-field issues, I can't think of many that this group has had. Like, just they're just, these guys are all about ball, man, and apparently school as well. It's just really cool to see.
Look, man, we've seen what's going on at Georgia recently. They can't get a handle on some of their off-the-field issues. You see reports of, who was it, Michigan State or someone else who, like, 20 players got caught for gambling or something. You see that all over the place. You never see that stuff coming from Colorado. Yet it's always Colorado who's, like, crucified in the media. And these other schools just, it's all, kids will be kids, those guys crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, and I mean, the fact that last week or 2 weeks ago, everyone's going crazy about yet another same I didn't feel like I got a fair shot from former players who were here when he first took over. To then hearing the quotes from Charlie's coach and reading
coach.
this, it's just really really telling the side of Coach Prime that you see and that other people. I mean, it's in front of everyone's eyes, but it's a matter of, do you choose to see it, or do you prefer to get clicks somewhere else? Because if you did just want to report on Coach Prime as a whole, you might really find truly one of the most fascinating, interesting stories in all of sports.
Yes.
Which it is already. But it is sometimes for the wrong reasons, or because we're leaning in more to some weird stereotypes of a black coach or a former athlete coach, and not what really makes this situation so unique.
Yeah. Reef says, "Chill out, Jake. That wasn't us. Sorry, man. It wasn't you guys. It was Iowa State, Iowa, and LSU getting caught for gambling. Players gambling."
Not bad. Not bad.
Last thing I've got today, and it's going back to yesterday. We talked about what Ross Dellinger's been reporting at Yahoo Sports about this
House
House versus the NCAA and how the Big 12 voted to settle.
Like, I'm ready to buy the video game, you know? Like, House versus NCAA. Battle the NCAA for taking advantage of student athletes' NIL money. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Just step into the rink with them. But anyways, we have some news.
The ACC presidents and chancellors have voted to authorize House settlement terms, Ross Dellinger reports. They're the second. This was interesting, I thought. He says they are the second of the 5 power conferences to make a decision. The Pac-12, man, they are just hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, no, the Pac-12 wasn't going to be spared from this. They just weren't.
They're going to be held accountable.
And, Oregon State and Washington State. What this could come with.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Tough. So, but yeah, the settlements have commenced and you have 2/3 on board already.
Nope.
Not bad.
So we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. They want to get this done quickly, though.
That's the other thing this has got me thinking is, I mean, once this settlement occurs, then the reshaping of the sport as we know it kind of begins.
Yep. If it hasn't already started.
Man.
Yeah.
You prepared to not be covering on NCAA sports anymore?
I guess.
That might just be the deal.
Does it matter, though?
No, it doesn't. Be different, though.
It would be. I guess I'd still cover basketball, and that would still be NCAA.
Would it, though? Like, if they go bankrupt.
Well, if they go bankrupt, then...
Well, I know, but this settlement...
Right, for sure.
Like, massive cuts will be forced on the NCAA.
It'd be very weird.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, and then the revenue sharing that this opens up is just crazy.
I'm fascinated by that, by the whole salary cap aspect.
Oh, it's huge. And think from Colorado's standpoint how much, like, if there's one area this institution has fallen short a little bit, sounds like maybe it's the NIL dollars, right? Well, if all of a sudden the place NIL dollars are coming from doesn't matter anymore, it's just the revenue you're generating as a school, and now all of a sudden all this application increase and attendance increase,
right.
and you know all the sponsorships, that all the revenue that's being brought in by football, can just go right to the players. Game changer,
definitely. I did see 247 had like some outlet did like
Legend King Mart's in the Toyota shop.
Let's go King Mars. But someone on one of these recruiting services, I don't want to call it a power ranking. That's kind of like how it was, like power ranking NIL, like collective power, I guess. And Colorado wasn't in like the top 10, but I think they're right. They're knocking on the door of like top 15, easily top 20. Like they've got some power. It's just the gap between the top 5 most powerful teams and the 10th most powerful team is
right,
just as wide as maybe 10 and 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's exponential.
For sure.
Donate to 5430 Alliance.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. What's going on in the Toyota chat? Get your questions in. We'll get to them right now.
Bang.
Shelly asks, when is Juju announcing? Why not wait until December? Let me see if he has an official date. I think he just wants to get it over with, though. I think he wants to get locked in
before his senior season. Yeah,
start to build a class around him. I'd imagine he's probably going to be an early enrollee. Although, I mean, you hope, but with already reclassifying up a year,
right? You have to see the logistics of that. Usually, though, you're right. I mean, this caliber of recruit, especially at the quarterback position, especially when you're going to have the inside track to start year one as a freshman.
Right.
I think you would want to early enroll.
Yeah, for sure.
But it just seems like how he's lining up his visits And from what you're saying, wanting to kind of get this out the way before going into his senior season, that you would assume he'll announce this summer.
Yep. That's what it sounds like. That's, when you listen to Steve Weltfong or anyone from 247 or On3 talk about it, they always kind of reference that after the Colorado visit is kind of when he wants to wrap up his recruitment. It just doesn't sound like something that's going to drag into early signing day, although it absolutely could. You never know with these kids,
You never know. No doubt.
From all the information I've gathered, it sounds like he wants to wrap this up.
Yeah. No, and it makes sense. I mean, being recruited, I'm sure, is nice, but there's also a limit. And, during the school year and senior year, you want to enjoy the football season. You want to enjoy your life. You don't want these coaches and everyone buzzing around you, at least as much as you can limit that, because it's going to happen inevitably.
And look, he is already committed. Like, I think that kind of shows that he just wants to find his team, and he wants to go through the process. He wants to be recruited. He wants to find out exactly where he belongs, but he's also about, just kind of getting it done with, I think.
Right.
He's not going to – I seriously doubt this turns into a Cormani McLean situation where it's drawn out and we hit early signing day and then we're like, oh, now we got to go to February type of thing.
For sure.
So
I think this is why it's important to be in on Juju right now.
Right.
To be one of the hot – because, the way Seton and Cormani lined up, those were kind of later – if you want in on some of these tippy-top guys who are going to get done with their stuff in summer, now's where the iron's hot. Now's the time to strike.
King Carlito asks, who will lead the team in touchdowns, INT, and sacks? Touchdowns. So let me pull this up. Was it Jimmy last year? That was receiving, I know for sure, but total touchdowns.
I bet you it was Jimmy.
I'm looking it up.
I'll go Will Shepherd. I think he's the safest to lead the team in touchdowns. Who would you say?
I think I got to go Travis.
Okay. And you feel good that he's going to get ample snaps to make that happen offensively.
Look, man, we don't talk about it very often, and it's because he's going to play both ways. It's just what he does.
For sure.
It's what he's going to do. So last year from scrimmage, Zay and Jimmy tied at 6. Zay had that end around against ASU. That was a rushing touchdown. He actually had 2 rushing touchdowns. I can't remember the other one.
Interesting.
Travis had 5.
Well, interceptions, it's really easy to say Travis.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I do think you have to factor in, look, I mean, how many picks does Travis need before the other teams just don't throw at him anymore? Like, honestly, is it 3-4 interceptions and it's like, okay, just don't throw at that guy the rest of the season. Wherever he is, wherever 12 is, we're not going there.
No, fair enough.
So I'll throw out either Andre says Cam. I could see Cam, Shiloh. I'm going to throw out Preston Hodge, though.
Yeah.
Other side.
Preston's who I'd say, too. I mean, DJ, I think, is a nice kind of wild card. But, yeah,
Sure.
I think Preston Hodge is who I'd say. Help me on sacks.
Sacks. So this is a whole rebuilt room.
Yes.
You got the 2 Pitt guys, Dayon Hayes, Sam Okunlola, BJ Green. So this actually was posted yesterday. PFF posted this, and then BJ reposted it. They put out... let me just find it. I don't want to get this wrong. Here it was. It was most career pressures among active players in college football. BJ Green at the very top. 107.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So you got BJ Green. You could go Jeremiah Brown. You could go Quincy Wiggins. You could go...
Okunlola feels like a good candidate for it, for sure.
It's got to be one of those guys for me. Hayes or Okunlola. One of the Pitt guys.
Right.
And then Cam, do you think Juju having CU as his last visit is an advantage or disadvantage for CU because his Boulder visit will be more fresh when he makes his commitment? It's a major advantage, I'd say.
It's a massive advantage. just the way it's lined up, it is a massive, massive, massive advantage.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt in my mind. Recency bias, man. Look, that's real.
And also, I mean, if this was maybe, I doubt it would be his last visit if this was his first time coming out here. But the guy's already been out here like 2 or 3 times. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
he already knows what he already knows what to expect.
Yeah.
He already knows people in the building. He obviously already knows coach and the recruiting staff.
Yep.
This does kind of feel like just going back home just to.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about summer visits?
I like it.
I think it's kind of BS. You don't get a feel for what it's actually going to be like when you're enrolled in school.
That's fair, but I do think it's.
I did that, and in retrospect, I was like, what was I thinking?
But also at the same time, it's like it's just like the most chill time to do it. Like I get that it's not.
Yeah.
It's not an accurate representation of what your season is going to be or what 8 out of the 12 months of the year are going to be like in Colorado.
Yep.
But I think it's, again, I haven't been there on these, so I don't know. I'd imagine you have more time to actually like talk, get to know people.
Yeah.
Like kind of explore outside, just not just in the school's walls, not just in the Champion Center.
That's
you can
true.
kind of go around Boulder and see, obviously it's summer, so it's
Things are way more free and loose than like
Exactly.
visiting on a game day where it's going to be like.
right. You're scheduled from 7:30 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. type of thing.
No,
right?
that's a good point. That's a good point for sure.
And I just like it for the content aspect for us, honestly. Like when we have these weekends.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
Well, when we have these weekends, it's like, I mean, look at last year. This time last year, we had a visit weekend. It was like Brandon Davis Swain, Micah Welsh all came together.
Right.
Charles Lester, he obviously didn't end up committing, but there was a weekend where all those guys from Venice, Florida came out and hung out. Charles Lester kind of played CU, honestly, but he was interested. That's when they got the commitments of Zacarl Lewis, Jamaris Wilder. Those guys all dropped off, but it's like they have junior day, it's kind of just like one of those weekends where it's just like a real recruiting focus. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
I'm Heaven's Demon asked, how was the concert last night? Concert was lit, bro.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. I forgot about it until you talked about it on this show, and I was like, oh, wait, I've got a ticket for tonight.
That's so great. I'm glad. So we've officially matched number of concerts attended by Jake Schwanitz since moving to Denver to schools Jaden Rashada has committed to. Right?
I will surpass Jaden in July.
Awesome.
In late
Let's
July.
go. Let's go. We're coming, Jaden. Hopefully you've sued Billy Napier by then. Let's hope. We can't wait.
And real quick, because this just came out, and it just goes back to what I was just talking about.
Oh, boy.
2025 4-star interior offensive lineman Chauncey Gooden is also coming for June 21st, 23rd. He's been to Boulder before, too.
Dude, we got to put on like an event.
Yeah.
It's like a child-appropriate event. Bouncy. Everyone do be rented those bouncy houses at the parties I attend. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So look, this weekend that weekend is already shaping up. It was a target because of Juju alone.
We're back, Jake.
We're so fucking back.
And it's June 21, 21.
Yep, I know.
Prime.
Yep.
Come on. It's happening.
Crazy, huh?
Are you looking up news on this 5-star Texas A&M safety that Peyton's asking about in the Toyota chat?
I will need a name.
Okay.
I need more than that. So Peyton, if you're in the chat, drop it real quick.
Yep, Peyton. Give it to us, okay?
RJ Johnson's now in Boulder too. He just tweeted out.
Whoa.
Former Arkansas safety.
Yeah, I liked RJ.
Yeah. He's here.
Fun.
Girls Club asked, was Juju's last visit during a semester? Yeah, he came back. It was January 27th.
Okay, so he's just getting the feel for all seasons, all times, all seasons. What's Boulder like? Heck yeah. Love that.
I can't find when the other unofficial visit was.
Right. It's unofficial. They don't want you to know.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure this is his third time. Janetra asks, any new info on Lamason Waller? I know he pushed back his commitment because of position coach switch. I actually don't really know what's going on with Lamason Waller right now. He got a ton of predictions to commit to Colorado. Still has that crystal ball, and there haven't been any newer ones on 247.
Huh.
But we'll see.
It's all lined up for Lamason.
He has been one of all the 2025 recruits, he's probably, besides Juju, the one who's been most linked to Colorado.
Good. Great question.
And then, is that it? Super chat from Jose.
Super chat from Jose. What
He
a
said,
legend.
we got to get his CU tweet to 500,000 views. What is it at?
Wow.
Do you want to take a guess? We were at 380 something.
1,000?
Thousands.
Oh, wow.
24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, we were finishing up this show yesterday, and I don't think this tweet was even out
No,
yet.
it wasn't. So less than 24 hours. Yeah, it hits that. 500,000? Easy peasy.
389,000 right now.
Yeah, easy peasy. It's going to get some second life from some, like Pete Thamel's cousin, just disgusted. Like,
Yeah.
oh, high school kids putting out hype videos with rappers in them. What's this world coming to?
For sure. I can't wait.
Yeah, little does he know, literally his son just put out a hype video for Syracuse journalism school.
This tweet's going to have a second, a third, and a fourth life, though.
No doubt. Yeah, so there you go, Jose.
This is a legendary CU tweet. There's a few of them. There's the one that you were on for when Coach Prime called people liars about. Do you remember that one? That's my favorite one.
I do. I was on
That's my favorite
tweet
one.
that had Second Life for Buffs.
What happened? It was like.
Was I doing my Venables rant?
It was around that time.
I did do a great Venables rant.
It was around that time, but it was when someone made like some Photoshop thing of something that was, or someone faked an image of something that painted CU in a bad light. And then Coach Prime tweeted out, "Will someone help me find the liar?" in all caps. God bless. Just a legendary tweet.
So good.
Yeah.
Another super chat.
Law Jesus is up there too now.
Wow.
Dom Fusey says, if Juju flips to CU, do you think he could get other big-time recruits to do the same? Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's all he knows.
Again, go read that Sports Illustrated article on Juju.
Yeah.
That just is a player that he kind of honestly just reminds me of Shador. Like, players gravitate towards him. People gravitate towards him. They just want to talk to him.
Yeah.
They just want to be around him. And if you are one of those players who's lucky enough to, get on that level with him, you're going to want to train with him. You're going to want to hang out with him wherever you go. He's just like that.
It's one of those Pied Piper type guys.
Yep. See, Girls Club remembers the tweet.
Incredible. Would I Got Time Today make a good shirt?
Of course it would.
Nice.
All right. Anything else? Is that it?
That's it.
RK is back tomorrow. So whoever was bitching in the comments, you get your wish tomorrow.
Honestly, I'm going to go back and look at the comments tonight, and I'm going to see that. Like, rude, man. Don't do that. Okay? RK's back tomorrow. Everything's going to be fine.
It's
Jeez,
okay.
Just like pretend. Make me happy for an hour.
Yeah,
you know
come
how
on.
sad I am? Come on.
Give it up for Dre. Well
Thank
done
you.
the last 3 days, Dre.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Like Tinkerbell when she's falling apart. The claps save me for sure. What a reference.
Yeah, we'll have you back. That's a dad reference if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have you back. We'll do a 3-man show.
Can't wait.
Very soon.
Can't wait.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.